Good morning, my math wizards. Today we are going to review ways to decompose 10. So we have been working on making and decomposing the numbers all the way to 10 now. So we should be really good at this. It is the same thing that we have been doing. So first I want you to make sure that you have a yellow and a red crayon for this lesson. Yellow and red. So take a moment to get that. Make sure you have your worksheet and a pencil. So let's go over that again. Yellow crayon, red crayon, a pencil, and your worksheet. Okay, pause this while you get those. Make sure you have them. All right, press play when you're ready to get going. So the first thing I do is always the same. I pick up my pencil and I write my name. So right now I want you to take your pencil and write the name at the top of your paper. I'm gonna write my name. You need to make sure you write your name. Make sure the first letter of your name is an uppercase letter. The rest of the letters should be lowercase. And make sure you're writing it straight on that line. It's another example of our writing skills, so you shouldn't be all over the place. Nice and neat there so we can read it. Then from there, let's take a look at our review box. Remember, this is a box that just goes over what we've learned. You don't have to do anything in it unless I tell you I want you to for this lesson. For this, we're reviewing how to decompose 10. So what does the word decompose mean? It means to break apart. So that means we start with the whole number, which is 10, and then we're gonna break it apart into two groups. So it's all the same way. What numbers make 10? What numbers can we break 10 apart into? It's the same thing, all right? So let's look at that. So here they've given us boxes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 here, and they're showing us two different ways we can decompose or break apart 10. So this is the number bond. It starts with the whole number, and then it breaks it into those two groups. So here, they've taken 5 and put them over here. Then they've taken the other 5 that are left over and put them in this box. You can only use 10 counters because that's the number that we have. And you have to use all of them. I can't just put a couple here and a couple over here. You have to see how you can break apart the 10 dots using all of them and how many can go in this bin, how many can go in this bin. So we've got 10 equals. When we decompose, we start with the whole number equals 5 plus 5. Guys, remember I say it all the time. When you see the plus sign, you know that that's where your group 1 plus group 2 goes. We shouldn't have group 1 here next to L of the equal sign first. No, that's the whole number. Let's look over here. This is a different way. So they broke apart. They said, well, if I put 3 in this box, I have 7 left I can put over here. So that means we can decompose 10 equals 3 plus 7. Group 1 plus group 2. All right, now this is where we're going to need our crayons. Down here, it says, how can you decompose 10? Color each square either yellow or red. Write the equation to match. We are going to keep our colors together. You are not making a pattern. We are going to start with our group 1 color, and then when you switch to the next color, everything else has to be group 2. I'm not doing yellow, red, yellow, red. I'm not doing yellow, 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 red, red, yellow, 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 yellow. That's not how we show how we break it apart. I'm going to choose yellow as my group 1 color, and I'm just going to start coloring some. So let's see here. I'm going to color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to switch to my group 2 color, which is red, and I'm going to color the rest red. I'm not going to switch back. I have to keep all my colors grouped together because we're making groups. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, then we're gonna write the equation to match. I know sometimes we use the crayons to write our equation. Today I want you to use your pencil just because the yellow can be hard to see. So with our pencil, let's look at group 1. Group 1's the first group. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put that in group 1 spot. I know there's Gus the plus, so it's group 1 plus group 2. Group 1 was 5. Group 2 is 1, 2, cross them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to write that where group 2 goes. Please always use our strategy with crossing out while we're counting. Even the best math wizard in the world makes mistakes. This is a way that we ensure or make sure that we are counting each one, so we're not counting too many and we're not skipping one. Let's look down here at number 2. Same thing. How can we decompose 2 but a different way? What that means is I want different groups. I should not see a 5 down here. So when I start, I'm going to choose my group 1 color. I'm going to start. I'm going to say, okay, well, if my first group was 5, I'm going to start with a different number first. So I'm going to color, let's see here. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't do 5, so I'm going to color more this time. 5. Now, notice how mine are inside the boxes. We should not be scribbling all over the page. It makes it hard to see the work and keep track of what we're doing, okay? Now I'm going to switch to my group 2 color. 1. Use my other side. 2. If your crayon breaks, guys, that's okay. Now you have 2. It still works. 3. 4. All right. So let's write our equation. They already told us 10 equals. They made it easy on us today, right? Not making us plug in all the numbers, but we start with the whole number first. So that means all together, the whole number, 10 equals group 1 plus group 2. Let's look at it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I put that where group 1 goes. Group 1 is first because it's group 1. Make sure you're putting the group 1 number in the group 1 spot. You want your equation to match the picture. If I put this number first, it's the right numbers, but they're not in the right place, okay? So our group 1 goes group 1 spot plus group 2. Let's count how many are in group 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's write that where group 2 goes. Fantastic job, guys. Flip the page over. Remember, if you need a little extra time, you can pause it, but do not waste time during this lesson so that you don't finish it in time. All right. This one asks us to draw counters to show 10. How can you decompose 10? Finish the equations to show 2 ways to decompose 10. So that means I'm going to draw 2 groups of 10 to show 2 different ways. Are you ready? So that means I'm not drawing big circles. I'm going to draw nice and neat circles to do our first equation. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go back and double check that you drew 10 circles. I've seen some friends draw 9 or draw 8 because they didn't double check how many they were drawing, okay? So that's gonna be our first group here. So let's go ahead and we're gonna separate our groups here. We're just gonna use our pencil for this one, okay? So we're gonna draw circles to make our group 1 and group 2. So I'm gonna start here. So group 1, now I have to circle all the rest in group 2. Remember, when you're making your groups, you have to use all of your circles, okay? You can't just circle 1 and then 2. That's not decomposing 10. So now we've made our groups. How many are in group 1? 1. Plus, how many is in group 2? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to put that right here. 9. Make sure your 9's written the right way. It's not a P, it's the number 9. Okay, do we see how that matches? You can't have 4 groups, only 2 because it's group 1 plus group 2. All right, let's look at this next one. Now we have to do it again a different way. So what that means is not the same numbers. I should not see a 1 or a 9 in this next equation. We want a different way we can break it apart. Let's draw 10 counters. This is why I told you, draw them nice and neat. If you're just all over the place, now you make it hard for us to go back and do it a different way. So let's do a nice and neat 10 counters. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, if I'm moving a little bit too quick, pause it. All right, let's make our 2 groups. So I know I can't start with 9 or with 1 or 9. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to circle those 3. And then I'm going to circle all the rest for group 2. You got to circle all the rest of them. Let's write it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, now I made a mistake. Hold on. I got excited and I just kept counting. Okay, we're only counting group 1. Let's count group 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3. See, I told you, even the best make mistakes. How many was in my group 1? 3. So let's write that in group 1 spot. 10 equals group 1 plus group 2. I have 3. Around a tree, around a tree. That's how I make a 3. Now let's count how many are in group 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Group 1 plus group 2. I'm going to write 7 in group 2 spot. All right, great job. Let's come down here. I'm going to have you guys do this one on your own. We have practiced it enough. You should be able to do this all by yourself. So what you're going to do is the same thing we did up here. You're going to draw your circles to decompose 10. 2 different ways. So draw 10 counters, separate them into your 2 groups. I want them different than 1 plus 9 or 3 plus 7. Do your first one, circle your groups, write the equation. Then draw, just like we did here, draw another 10 counters, circle to make 2 different groups, different than any of the other ones we've done, and write the numbers. Okay? I know you guys can do this. There are lots of ways to make 10. Make different groups to do that, friends. You guys are doing awesome, and I am so proud of all the hard work that you have been doing in this unit. Make sure you get this done, and then you get it checked or turned in, and I will see you next time, friends.